First of all, thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to be going over, as you saw in the title, if WikiLeaks is a reliable source of information. This is a tricky subject to talk about, so I really hope you enjoy some of the research that I did about it. It took me a few hours. Actually, a few weeks. But either way. So, to answer the question, is WikiLeaks a reliable source for information? Simply, it can be. Now, I know some people feel that I'm casting a little doubt on it, but the reason is that as a social scientist, I tend to look more at things that are peer-reviewed. So when I started doing the research for WikiLeaks, I immediately looked at academic sources to see what academia had to say about WikiLeaks before I jumped on the internet and asked people, and before I did any type of Google search. Because, as you know, pop culture is really pushing WikiLeaks right now. And also, not just pop culture, but I would say that a lot of different people, independents, if you want to call them that, as well as a lot of conspiracy theorists, they love WikiLeaks. And so when I looked into the research, what I found was that academia itself doesn't view WikiLeaks as a valid source of information because it's not peer-reviewed. And that was found in 3 different studies between Malkin 2006, O'Loughlin 2016, and Ruby et al. 2016. Sorry, Malkin 2016, not 2006. So, and I also found a variety of other sources that said this. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, where is this coming from? Who are these people? Why are they saying that? If you're getting upset and throwing stuff at the YouTube video right now, one of the things that I saw was, well, as far as some of it's coming from different sources. So when I looked at it from Malkin, it had to do with transparency, and it was talking about biotechnology. So that's one field. And then when I was looking at the other side of it, it was saying that as far as, let me see here. Yes, the Ruby. That was actually printed by Digital Journalism. That's one of the academic journals that they use for journalism. So that was a journalist source as far as where that came from. That's what it came from, and also the Journal of Global Security Studies. And they kind of talked about, O'Loughlin kind of talked about the perils of self-censorship in academic research in a WikiLeaks world. And he was actually kind of contexting against it, saying that WikiLeaks, especially if the sources are verified, that it can give access to a journalist to have some very valid information. And but again, the reason that there's this divide is that although WikiLeaks can have valid information, it also has information that can be submitted by, it's a database, right? So it's only as reliable as its source. That being in mind, you can find a lot of different conspiracy theories on WikiLeaks as well, not just actual proven evidence of conspiracies, but also conspiracy theories, some kind of wild stories about aliens and Bat Boy. Here's a picture of Bat Boy, for example. And as you saw there, it can be, some people look at these wild stories and they forget that although WikiLeaks does verify where the information comes from, they don't exactly publish all of it, and they don't exactly release it to the press. You don't see WikiLeaks releasing some of the wilder stuff submitted by their users to the press. But when they do see it as pertinent information, as far as something that can maybe cause damage or a government cover-up, that's when they step in and they will actually send their findings and to reputable sources like Le Monde, El País, The Guardian, and Der Spiegel. So these four different online news sources are the ones that WikiLeaks likes to send their information to, and then from there they'll get published in other sources such as the New York Times and also if I can remember the Independent is another one. So it's not to say that WikiLeaks cannot be trusted, and that's if there's a takeaway message that I can wrap up quickly, then that would probably be the message that I would say. Like, you know, if you asked me to do a quick wrap up, that would probably be it.